Eyes behind the screen, they never blink. Watching every move, every thought you think. Remote in your hand, but you're not in control. Big brother's looking and he's digging for gold. They're always watching down the TV.
Hey, today is Sunday, the 29th of December, 2024. The year's almost over, everybody. I'm telling you. Woo! Today, we're going to talk about something that I know you've thought about, and that is, am I being observed? The title of today's episode is Somebody's Watching You. You know why? Because somebody is. They're also probably listening to you. In fact, I know they're listening to you. If you have a smartphone, you're being listened to. If you have Alexa or Google in your house, you are being listened to. Now, the listening devices would be the topic of another video because there are ways supposedly you can go into those apps and erase all of the listening history. I've done it a couple times, but it just keeps recording, so you'd have to do it a lot. What we're going to talk about today is hidden cameras in your television sets. That's right, there are certain TVs that have hidden cameras in them that you do not know about, because why would you? And why would a TV have a camera? Well, initially, Samsung put them in several models, as well as LG, and I believe, Insignia? Maybe not Insignia. But I know that Samsung did, and you can look it up. Just type in, does my TV have a camera? And it'll list some brands that have them. And with Samsung, it's not all the models, it's just certain models. Same with LG. I've got it pulled up here, and it says, let's see, the F series, which I believe is the Samsung, does have a built-in camera, and they say it's at the bezel at the top of your screen. Now, when they say bezel, I think they just mean the little trim piece. I'm not sure. I don't have trim piece on my TV. I have an Insignia. But since it is dark glass, who knows? Who knows? I mean, who knows? Look at your remote. Until you push it and the light goes on in the remote, you don't know where that little dot is. And it's the same with a laptop. Oftentimes, you don't know where the camera is until the camera's on because the little light comes on. Well, with the TVs, a light doesn't come on. The aperture may be closed, so it's all black. You don't see it. When it opens up, you might be able to detect it, but if you're on the other side of the room, there's a good chance that you wouldn't. So you don't really know if someone's hacked into your TV, or Samsung itself maybe has it open up routinely and just take pictures. You don't know what's going on. So it is an invasion of privacy, I believe. Supposedly those are in there for facial recognition. So you can turn your TV on, just like a computer, you turn on facial recognition, your camera will look at you so you don't have to log in. It'll just log you in. Same with the TV. TV said it's for video calls. That's what they're doing it for. I know that in the past, who makes the Wii? Don't remember. Is that a Nintendo? That's a video game. But for a while, they had a camera as well. They introduced, and then I think they pulled it from the market to watch you because they wanted to gauge your facial expressions during activities to sense your emotions so they could do something with the game to match those. Well, who knows what those videos were really for, and who knows where they went or who was saving them or what was done with them. And it's the same, I feel, with the television set. If it has a television, if it has a camera, it should state that it has a camera, but it does not. You want to find out if your TV has a camera, the online things say, well, go to their manual, their online website, download the PDF manual, and search for it. Well, I've done that, and there's no mention of it. Even on the F series, I didn't see any mention of it. And then, let me pull up the phone here. There were some steps to take if you want to, for the Samsung and the LG. It tells you how to find out how to turn the camera off. And that was privacy steps you can take. With LG TVs, you want to go to settings, all settings, general, and live plus. And live plus, you should be able to have a toggle in there that says turn on live plus or turn off live plus. Now, why do they call it live plus instead of just camera? I don't know. Maybe live plus is the program that uses the camera. But you as a user might stumble across this in while you're playing with your settings, and you won't know that it's a camera, so you won't know that you want to turn it off. Samsung TVs. It's under settings, support, terms and policies, and viewing information services. Again, it does not say camera. When you read viewing information services, does that make you automatically think that that means camera on watching you? It doesn't. It just means like it's a terms of service thing to me. It doesn't make sense. Now, it's also on Roku TVs. Roku has it listed under settings, privacy, smart TV experience, user information from TV inputs. Okay, the smart TV experience. I have no idea why they call it that, because all smart TVs, I guess you experience them. User information from TV inputs. Well, think about it for a minute. What would you be inputting to your TV? You might hook up a video game, hook up a microphone if you're going to sing karaoke with YouTube or something. But why would you have any other inputs? And that's not addressed. And again, it doesn't say there's a camera in here. You would have to go into here and you would have to turn off the TV inputs. But you don't necessarily know that means camera, right? It would be great if they just said, there's a camera on here. Because when I bought a new TV years ago, I looked all over the box. The same thing with a DVD player, because some of those were getting cameras installed too, the ones that were made in China by a specific company. Started with a Q. It's not Quasar. I don't remember. DVD players have long kind of disappeared, so it's not an issue. But I went through the manual, and first I looked on the boxes. It didn't say anything about it. And then I read about that brand having cameras. So I went through the manual. I went to their online site. There's no mention of it. Now, is the one that I had bought, does it have a camera? I don't know. It's not hooked up. I don't use it. This was years ago. But still, they're being very sneaky, because they're getting information on you to use for supposedly advertising purposes or to improve their product. But who knows? Oh, Vizio TVs. It's another one. With a Vizio TV, it's under systems, reset, and admin. And then you have to toggle off something called viewing data. Again, if I read viewing data, I would think, oh, it's collecting information on the channels that I'm watching and how long those channels have been playing. It doesn't make me think that viewing data is the data on me being viewed. Why do they do this? I don't know. You should also usually blah, blah, blah. It tells you in this particular website, which is called Pocket Lint, that you should utilize a VPN on your router with your smart TV, because if someone hacks into your smart TV, well, now they have access to your network, your home network, which means that they could potentially jump into anything that you have connected to your home network. I'm not a hacker, so I don't know the steps to go through to do that, but that's what it's telling you. I, however, do not use a VPN with my router, because there are certain streaming apps like Netflix that don't let you log into your account if it's through a VPN, because they think they're pulling something over on someone. Because when you watch Netflix, it's like, I would love to get with Netflix it doesn't matter, but a streaming service. At one point I had, I have a streaming service, YouTube TV. It does not let you log in if you're on a VPN, because it wants to know where you're at. Because YouTube TV, let's say something's on at 9 o'clock here. Well, if it's broadcast at 6 o'clock on the East Coast, I might want to watch that instead. But I can't change my location to show that I'm in New York or something and still log in. And that's an issue I have with the VPN and streamers and services that don't allow you to go through a VPN. Because of security concerns, I think they should all just flat out allow it, but they don't. And the person who ever wrote this article, they're advising that you do that just so you don't get hacked. There, that's it. That's about all I have to say on this subject, is that you are being watched. Also, if you have a remote for your TV and it has an audio, you can talk to it to change channels and stuff. It's listening as well. And there may be some way you can go into the settings of that TV and turn that off. But if you do, then you won't be able to search audibly anymore. Personally, I'm not super concerned with that because I have Alexa and Google, and they're listening all the time. Even if you go in and erase that data, you can't really turn off the listening capabilities on those. There's a switch that you can do on the thing itself, the unit, but then you can't use them until you manually turn the switch on, which kind of defeats the purpose of having them in the first place, where you can just yell across the room or talk across the room and they'll answer you and give you the information you want. The remotes are the same way. My television can be off and I can pick up the remote to my TV and ask it a question to Alexa or to Google. And my remote will turn on the TV and give me that information. I didn't know that until I read this article and I was just playing around with it. It just happened. The TV pops on and suddenly it's exactly there. I mean, if you've ever wondered why, let's say you're in your car and you're talking to someone about pizza, and then you open your phone and suddenly you have all of these advertisements about pizza. Well, it's because your phone, even though you were not talking on it and it might have been turned off, maybe not battery down, but you had the screen turned off so no one could use the phone, it's still listening. And that's happened a number of times. I'll be sitting in the car driving and something comes on the radio and suddenly Google, my phone will start talking to me and it'll be Google or it'll be Bixby, because I have a Samsung. And it'll start talking to me about, hey, we've sent more information about this to your such and such email address. And it's like, well, I didn't even ask that question. So I know that I'm being surveilled audibly. And right now, other than cameras like on the PC, I don't think I am being surveilled by camera, but who's to say? I mean, if there's a camera on your TV, how do you know your neighbor's not hacking into your TV to watch you? That's quite possible. There are a lot of pervies out there. Now, the camera I'm using right now has a little lens cap I can close when it's not in use. And the camera that's actually on the PC, I have to push down this little button on top of the screen and this camera pops up and then I can close it so it's blocked. Okay, that's about all I got right now. I hope the audio was okay on this. I had a lot of audio problems in the last few days. Yesterday I didn't get a video out until really late because the microphone, I could not get it to work properly. It was very... I had to reload Windows 3 times yesterday and then download all new drivers to get that thing to work. And I should have really, since I'm on the mic right now, I really should be speaking into it because that's the mic that's supposed to be recording and it's actually over here. That's my mistake, everybody. I'm not going to re-record this, but I might go into editing and crank the volume if it's too low. Okay, everybody. I would love to hear your thoughts on this subject. Go ahead and leave a comment, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Eyes behind the screen, they never blink. Watching every move, every thought you think. Remote in your hand, but you're not in control. Big brother's looking and he's digging for gold. They're always watching down the TV. Every channel, every show they see. Under surveillance, what you gonna do? Privacy is gone, but you're bulletproof. Cameras hidden in the black frame. Tracking every moment, they know your name. Whispering shadows in your living room. Can't escape the watchers, no safe cocoon. They're always watching through the TV. Every channel, every show they see. Under surveillance, what you gonna do? Privacy is gone, but you're bulletproof. Cameras hidden in the black frame. Tracking every moment, they know your name. Whispering shadows in your living room. Can't escape the watchers, no safe cocoon. They're always watching through the TV. Every channel, every show they see. Under surveillance, what you gonna do? Privacy is gone, but you're bulletproof. Signals static, but their eyes are clear. Invisible chains that hold you near. Break the code and take your stand. Unplug the fear, reclaim the land. Screens a mirror, reflecting back. Digital spies on a covert attack. Disconnect the cables, defy the machine. Wake up from this paranoid dream. Cameras hidden in the black frame. Tracking every moment, they know your name.